Let me hit you with a little live, baby. Ooh, we live,
We
baby.
is live and
Yes. Man, it's been one hell of a trip, sir.
direct. It has. It has.
But we here,
It's 25.
2025.
Yes, sir.
Not 24,
No,
25.
better believe it.
Man, and what better than to have a guest such as yourself?
Man, I appreciate you having me on here.
Man, it's been a long time coming, bro.
For real.
Let me
For
tell
real,
you
for real.
something. Let me tell you something. The fact that I got this man in the building is insane.
On me.
For the ones that know me,
Uh-huh.
my name is the Immaculate One, Mike. Micas. You know how to throw that in there. A little slide something. Yo, hey. And to my right, it is two y'all's left.
What's up?
I am here with the one, the number one draft pick, the captain,
Huh?
El Capitan,
Huh?
the mayor,
Huh?
the governor,
Huh?
the president, the dictator. Any name you want to put, y'all know this man by Dat Boi Maxxx.
Yes,
Give it up
sir.
for Max, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. What we doing? Got you in here? It is crazy, man.
Man, look, I just appreciate you having me on the Immaculate Podcast with the one and only Immaculate Micas is in the building.
I appreciate that. No, I appreciate that, bro. No, but all seriousness, man, 2024 was one hell of a ride. 2025 is going to be even better, bro. We starting with you, man. I know everyone knows who you are type stuff, you know what I'm saying? But for the ones that don't, can you just elaborate, educate these people on what, not only what you've accomplished, but some of the things that you've done and currently got in the works.
All right. Well, I appreciate that lovely introduction for me, Mr. Micah Silva,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Immaculate One himself.
Yes, sir.
But for those that do not know me and are not familiar with me, my name is Dat Boi Maxxx. I am a radio host for 98.5 FM WEOA with my own radio show every Saturday at 5:30 to 6 p.m. It's called the Midwest Music Grind, which is focused on independent music artists, entrepreneurs, models, managers, promoters, pretty much anything to do with the entertainment industry in the tri-state. I'm also a 10-year dance choreographer, and I'm a recording artist and a music producer, singer-songwriter as well. So I've done a lot when it comes to music and entertainment.
I gotta give you a Don DeMarco, bro. That's a hell of a rap sheet.
Yeah, bro. Like, but
Sheesh.
it's all in the same like category type of feel type of thing. You know what I'm
Yo.
saying? So I'm
Speaking
just
of
happy to be here, man.
Yo, I'm happy. I appreciate the hell out of you coming into the pod, man. Because I know you're a busy man. You got a lot going on.
I do.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
I'm never too busy for my guy who
Hey.
I've known since day one for me.
Hey,
That's been rocking with me
hey,
for so long.
That's my guy
you
right
say
here.
the word, I'm on my way.
He said that, yo. Whenever I originally even brought this up, he was like, "Yo, you want it? I got it." And I was like, "Listen, me and Max go way back. We go back since the teen days. You know what I'm saying? Like,
2001.
I used to call his grandma all the time and be like, "Can Max come out to play?" And she'd be like, "Who the hell is Max?"
Right. Yeah, no,
You
for
know,
sure,
type
bro.
shit.
My auntie was not playing with
Bro,
me, bro. Straight up.
Bro,
But that's anybody that asked for the wrong name.
yeah,
My nickname, they couldn't ask for that,
Nah.
or else they would get hung up on, or he
Yeah.
doesn't live here.
yeah, exactly. Yes, that's the first time I ever called. That's what
Yeah.
she said. She's like, "Nobody here lives here with that name." I said,
Right,
Look, whenever she said that, I was over here like,
What?
Right.
he gave me the wrong number.
Never. You my guy.
Look, she had me over here feeling stupid.
All it took for us was one night of kicking it in the same
Yeah.
teen nightclub.
Yeah, oxygen.
That basically really set the standard and kind of changed our,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our perspective on a lot of things. It kept us out of trouble.
yeah, it definitely did that.
It really did.
But yo, shout out to everybody that's tuning in. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? We got a couple
yes.
comments in there.
I see. I appreciate
know,
y'all tuning in.
couple-
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, make sure that y'all, you know what I'm saying, ask Max if y'all got any questions. I know
Yeah.
somebody was in there roasting. Golden Time said he lent me $3,000 one time, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
That's
if
big boy money.
If I really did that, then I would tell you he's lying. But GT He's acting up.
Yo, shout out for dropping that to him, bro.
That's my guy, but I have never given him 3,000. I need 3,000 my damn self, let alone give it to my guy.
Yo, when I saw that come in and you was thinking that he's like, you over here, you know he's lying. You was over here thinking like,
shut up, bitch.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? In my rock voice.
no, man. Hey, Don, I see you on here too. Don also was a guest over here.
Okay.
Double Cup Don, you know what I'm saying?
That's my guy too.
Bro,
Good
listen,
people, bro.
Don on his bag too, you know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to Travis as well. Travis, I see you in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's got any questions, chime in. I don't care if it's funny, if it's wrong.
Yeah,
whatever it is, you drop it in there. I don't care if you're calling us out. You do you. We here for the entertainment.
That's
but
what we here for.
I know you kind of elaborated on everything of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, with me, I always just I just leave the topics open, bro. So like whatever's trending right now, which, you know, I don't know how, you know, what direction you want to go. I got 1,001 questions I'm always going to ask.
I'm going to let you just ask the
All
questions,
right.
and then we're just going to go from there.
All right, cool. First question. With you being in the industry, you know how, in my opinion, how controlled the industry is. There is a lot of artists that don't get the opportunities that they do rightfully deserve.
Yeah.
And we know them as gatekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been approached in the industry about doing some favors that obviously don't align with your morals in order for you to get opportunities in certain industries?
I'm going to say not as much because I kind of value the fact of not having to do all that in order to get to where I need to be, even though I would love to cut a lot of corners like a lot of people. But I'd rather take the long way, a.k.a. the hard way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Pause.
So, hey, no Diddy.
No Diddy.
Yeah, you feel me?
We always
Like,
say
none of that
Diddy
nonsense.
always somehow pops up on our pod, bro.
You feel me? But nah, like he's like that's just not how I want to do things for
Right.
real. I've seen it go and be great and
Right.
lie my way up to the top.
Right.
I stand by me, bro. Like I ride with myself. You know what I'm saying? If I know it ain't right and I know it's gonna, you know what I'm saying, possibly affect me in certain ways, so be it, bro.
I feel you.
I'd rather, you know what I'm saying, go about it the hard, long way, no Diddy,
Right.
than anything else, man. Like
Right.
but that's not for everybody. Some people might want to do it the other way
Right.
and bypass a lot of shit.
Right.
Nah, I'm cool with actually doing the grind, bro. I'm all about the grind. That's why
Hey.
my show is called The Midwest Music Grind. If that means
Yeah.
you heard what I said earlier about I should have been there Saturday night.
Yeah. Yep. You
And
did
I
say
hate that. Even though I went and did something better,
Yeah.
I still hate the fact that I'm like, bro, I need to be out there with the people.
Right.
Kicking it.
I respect that. So obviously you've done you know, you've worked with some artists. I remember there one time you was working with Huey at one point, right?
Yeah.
I remember when y'all was doing that collab
rest in
type
peace
stuff.
to
Yeah,
Huey.
shout out and rest in peace to Huey, man.
Mhm.
You know, it sucks what happened. I used to live in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So you know, it could get pretty hectic in that area. But share some of your stories about some of the artists that you've worked with. Who's your favorite? Who's your least favorite? Who was easy to work with? Who was hard to deal with? That type of stuff, man. Give these people the juice.
Let me give it to you in a different way.
All right.
So we're going to go back some years. I've been doing music for a very long time. Professionally, I would say since like 2007, 6-7. For real. But I've had the pleasure of working with some great names from Project Pat to Huey to Duro Music to Gorilla Zoe. Yeah, I'll take one, please. Even though it says zero sugar, I'm a sugar type of person, bro. I'm a sweets type of person.
Yeah,
bro.
we do zeros around here. We
You
broke.
know what I mean? But my least, Juvenile. And I
What?
like Mr. 99 in the 2000s.
What?
He was an asshole.
Are you
He was
serious?
an asshole. Straight up.
Juvenile.
He was an asshole to me and Frank. I didn't like
Yo,
that.
shout out to Frank too, man.
Frank Castle, my guy,
Bro,
my right-hand man.
my dude.
You feel me? When it comes to this music and all our grind, man, we had to go do a New Year's show years ago.
Okay.
With Newpin, may he rest in peace as well, which is another talented, taken too soon artist around here, man. He had brought down Huey and Juvenile for the Coliseum for a
Oh,
show.
I remember that show. Yes.
So Juvenile was getting off stage. You know, I'm trying to not be fanboy, but be
Right.
like, you know, hey, man, I respect you.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of, like, who doesn't Who's not a fan of Juvenile?
Right, Juvenile.
You know what I'm saying? On the bed, on the block, and on the fire, the man in the jet.
Hey.
On the block, you feel me? Like, come on, man. Like, it's
Well, I had
Juvenile,
flashbacks, man. Almost
You
got
know,
up
Mr.
against
Know
the
Your
wall.
Clap, you know what I'm saying? All of that.
Yeah, know
So
your clap.
mind you, I got lots of, like, damn, I'm about to say what up to him right quick. He didn't even want to fuck with me, talk to me, look my way, nothing. He was like, hey, man, you kind of damn near, like, bothering me. And I'm like, I know you just got off stage, my bad, but
Right.
I don't want you thinking I'm fanboying
Right.
like that. I just wanted to say, bro, I appreciate you
Right.
and your
You
music
just
and what
give
you brought
you
to
just
the
give them the
culture.
roses.
Right.
Bro, it's
Which a
your
lot of
respect.
niggas don't want to
Don't do that. They always hate. They always hate. That's crazy. That's
But-
disappointing.
But that's my least. My favorite, Project Pat. We have a song with Project
Don't
Pat,
you
man,
get mad at me.
called Baddest Bitch in the World, which was really tight. It's still out now. It's on YouTube. It's a Nupin featuring Lock the Great, which is Frank, and me. I produced it. I'm singing the hook. Frank got a verse on there. So does Project Pat as well. When he came into the studio to work with us and heard the beat and everything, bro, he started out by giving us the roses by saying, damn, so this is the song without me even on it? And we're like, yeah, because you have to hear it in order to see what you want to do
Right.
to it, because you're coming in fresh to do the verse for it,
Right.
the guest feature verse for it. And he was like, man, why wasn't this played in the club last night? This shit hot.
That's what's
If
up.
it only worked that way.
Right.
If we only supported that much that way.
Right.
And I'm not talking about the people here. I'm talking about the clubs.
Right.
The promoters, the managers, the people that see what it is that helps make this what it is.
Right. It makes it special.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And he was like, this fits in right with what we, he had just performed the night before. And he was like, man, this fits in with the club songs, with the atmosphere, with the environment, with what we're doing, with, people dancing and enjoying themselves, getting a drink, having fun. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really talking about nothing fucking crazy. You just talking about having a great time and, Shorty being as bad as she really is.
Right.
And, he was like, man, I'm about to get on. But he wrote his verse so fast. But in between, we was waiting for some people to get there. And he was like, I'm going to call my brother. His brother's Juicy J.
Right.
So I had a chance to do that.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, he was bragging on not only me as a producer, but just the vibe with the people that were in there, from me to Frank to how professional it is in here to why aren't you guys a little bit bigger to, really being like, bruh,
Right.
y'all really are fine.
Like, bro, you're him.
Keep going. Just keep going.
Right.
Never look back. But he was like giving us a lot of free game about bars and, how long our verses should be. And this, just from somebody that's been doing it for so long,
Right.
I'm going to shut the fuck up.
Right.
And
100%.
listen.
Yeah.
Dropped so many jewels, man, that
Dang.
I can never not thank him enough for.
Yo, shout out to Project Pat, man, for being a real one, though, for real, man. Because like you said, he could have been arrogant type stuff, you know what I'm saying?
That's my point. Not all of them are like that,
Right.
thankfully.
Right.
Huey was really down to earth. He was like, man, you really know your music knowledge, because I know his history with how he got signed.
Right.
The people on his label that were shelved, his manager, all that. He was like, how in the fuck do you know so much about me more than a lot of other people that I've went and, really done a lot of
Right.
this shit with? I'm like, because motherfuckers like us ain't got nothing better to do than to practice. Am I wrong?
No, you ain't wrong,
The
man.
Tri-State is a big-ass practice field for whatever industry you're in.
Facts.
Wrestling,
Facts.
entertainment,
Yeah.
rap, whatever you want to do.
Yep.
You might as well
Hey.
work at it, because ain't nothing else better to fucking do.
Facts.
And I'm going to drink this zero sugar.
I feel you that. Feel you that.
You know?
Quench your thirst.
Man. And you know what? It ain't that bad.
I know it ain't that bad, man. I just wanted you to try it. No, hey, matter of fact, why a couple people then chimed into the comments.
Yeah.
What, hey, you got Golden Times in here
Man, that's
going
on
like
GT.
crazy.
GT is going
Listen,
dumb.
listen. GT specifically said, I think you could play a Mohawk Diddy on Tubi movie. That's crazy.
No.
That's crazy.
I would never.
That's crazy.
But I will say this, though. As
Take
far
that.
as Tubi goes, I would love to have my own, like, Tubi TV series.
Yeah, that'd be
And I'm
dope.
gonna talk to my my homie about that, because I actually got the exact kind of script I would want to do. It would be doable, and I think it would be dope because he's so great at cinematography and videography that I don't see how he couldn't be, what I'm saying, getting something like that done and really pushing it to the masses.
I feel that. Just so you know, GT also said you was being humble about lending him money when times is hard. So, I'm just gonna
Let
drop.
me tell you about GT. Listen, that's my dog. I appreciate him chiming in, kicking it for the podcast.
Hey, shout out to you, GT, bro. I gotta give you one just real quick, man.
GT is my guy and a real one for what he did when I first got started with my career after high school. Me, Travis Bonnell.
Yep.
And GT.
I see you, Travis.
And I think it was Matt Farmer, if I'm correct. They believed in me. I was trying to be Mr. Usher, Omarion, anything with singing and dancing. And
Right.
you know this stuff.
Yeah, I remember.
Before I became what I am now.
Right.
And that's cool. But that evolved, though. But what I'm saying is, they were like, we'll take you to American Idol. I said, well, Charles are in Memphis. Okay. You want to go? I said, yeah. They're like, come on. GT rode in the back of Travis's truck 5 hours.
Damn.
There and back. Cold as hell.
Hold on, whoa.
Ask him.
Hold on. No, wait.
Ask both of them.
Just hold on. Just real quick. Just real quick.
I'm gonna say this again.
I want to dial it back one more time because I want to make sure people heard this correctly.
I don't think they understand how me and GT rock for real.
You said
Yeah.
he rode
Listen, yeah.
in the back, not the back seat.
Truck, right? Small truck.
Yes.
You know Travis is a black truck.
Yes.
3-seaters, right?
Yes.
3-seaters. Travis is already big as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle. Matt's on the right. GT's riding. He just want to go. He's in the back of the truck in the bed. Riding to Memphis the entire trip.
Holy.
There and back. That's when I knew, oh yeah, I got to try because I got too many people really believing in me, and I know I suck, but I got to work in my craft.
Oh my goodness.
If that isn't screaming motivation and inspiration, I don't know what does.
That's nuts. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And this is before I even started rapping for real. And shit
Right.
Like that. It was strictly straight singing, dancing, Marion, can't do no wrong in oxygen and cooties and everything else.
Yeah, y'all don't know nothing about that
They
oxygen
don't.
and cooties,
they don't.
man.
They don't. I had to
that was the
practice. I'm
club,
gonna say
bro.
this
Yeah.
again. We practiced.
Yeah.
For so long. I know you've been practicing wrestling for so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
It's probably like, bro, I can wake up and do whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
Like that.
Literally. Also, GT told me, did I ever get my lip back on Daniel Bryant?
He did have a video camera. I forgot about
Man, Daniel got me
Wait,
good, bro.
Wait. What about Daniel Bryan? What happened?
Hold on, you didn't know about this?
Tell me.
All right. Let me take y'all into back in 2018.
Okay. Take me back.
So I had the opportunity
Mhm.
right before I got my my good stint with WWE, and they were like, hey,
Yeah.
We hear you're from Evansville. We saw your tryout match. We was really impressed. I think they might want to use you tonight.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay, or whatever. All of a sudden, John Laurinaitis says, hey, go get dressed. Go to the wardrobe room. Okay, cool.
Right.
The guy that I wrestled was also in that segment as well, and him and I had already had chemistry. Shout out to GT Vega. So we go to the wardrobe room, right? And then all of a sudden, they hand us these A-lister shirts. I'm like, this is the Miz and shit.
Yeah.
Okay. They still didn't tell us what we were doing. They're like, go get dressed. Okay, what the fuck am I supposed to wear?
Mm-hmm.
They said, wear your business casual that you wore here. So
Right.
that's suit and tie.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. No problem. But instead of wearing the button up and the tie, we wore the A-lister shirts.
Okay.
So like, hey, you need to go up to Gorilla right now. They're waiting for you guys. So we literally sprint all the way in the back. The show's going live and everything. And all of a sudden they're like, hey, it's you and your partner, and you guys are going to escort The Miz and Maurice out to the ring.
Okay.
I'm like, what? Hold on. I'm over here like,
Yeah.
you telling me I'm about to be on TV?
Yeah. Got you turned up.
Yes. Yes. As Bubba Dub says, Camille?
Right.
Camille
Facts.
opportunity?
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, we're sitting in Gorilla, and then Daniel walks up, and he's like, hey, man, like, I guess you guys are a part of our segment. I'm like, yeah. So he goes, go find The Miz. I'm walking around literally like this. Finally I see him. He's like, hey, you Micas? Yes. He's like, hey, this is what we're going to do. You guys are going to escort us out. We're doing a VIP. You don't let anybody else in. Daniel comes out. You guys stop him. He comes after you guys. He comes in the ring. I hit him with the Skull Crush finale. Done. Sign me up, right?
Right. Sign me up right
So
now.
me and GT go out during commercial, so it's dark. You've been to a live show.
Yep.
all of a sudden the crowd goes crazy because they see me walking out.
Bro, if I would have been there, I probably would have jumped out my fucking seat.
Yo, I heard so many Micas chants, and I couldn't even acknowledge it, bro. And then, like, it's funny because I'm standing there with my arms, like, crossed over like this, and they're playing the commercial things on the Titantron, and this guy next to me goes, yo, man, he was like, I just made you wings last night. And I was like, I look over, and it's the fucking dude that made my wings that, like, literally was a manager. So I was like, oh, crap. you know, like, all of a sudden, the Miz, all you hear is, awesome. So he comes down the entrance.
Yeah.
At this point, we're live. They didn't even tell us.
Yeah.
Like, the lights just came on, his music hit.
Just going.
Yeah. So
USA, by the way.
I'm over here like, all right, cool. So he walks in. My partner lifts up the rope, the red rope, because it's all red carpet and everything. They walk in, we shut it. He does his deal. All of a sudden, Daniel Bryan's music hits. Now, one thing I left out, a little small detail that it'll understand why. He told me, hey, I'm snug. I'm like, man, it's TV. I know how snug people are on TV. You got to lay them in there. You ain't got to kill nobody, but you got to make contact, especially when you're right next to the fans.
Yeah.
So, no problem. Man, when I tell you this brother is more than snug, for a split second, I ain't gonna lie, I thought that I was getting shot on. Because, like, when he comes down, we're like, hey, you're not on the list. You got to keep it going. And I don't know if it's what I said or what, but I was like, you're too short to come into this line. You got to go to the short people line.
Yeah.
And he turns around and he tags my partner, and I run towards him and he tags me, and like when he tagged me, he hit my temple. So like it was by accident, but I was like, damn, that kind of hurt. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, all right. So I get up. I get up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he tosses my partner into the side rail. And I saw the way my partner hit it, and he did like this front flip sail, and I was like, oh, you bastard.
Yeah,
like, okay, I see what you trying to do. You trying to get you a job.
Try to get me a job.
My turn.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he's just going to grab me. And he like rears back. We have this like mid-second like awkward stare that like only two workers would know that there was a hiccup that no one else would. So then I flinched like I was going to hit him. And I mean, he came in. Pow, 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 pow. And it seemed like it was harder and harder every time. And I'm like, yo, like, you better be lucky this is a part of the show, boy, because I would like I would have lit his little ass up. But that's a whole nother discussion. So he grabs me, and he throws me into the rail. And I ain't gonna lie, I hit that so hard.
Yeah.
I see the first row of people that's on the rail, they all threw themselves back. So I threw myself as hard as I can into that rail. And when I hit it, I flipped in midair, and I hit in like an angle, and almost like I spiked on my head, and then fish flopped onto the ground.
Yeah.
And you just see this guy lean over, and he's like, night, night. And I like kind of look up with one eye, and it's the dude that gave me the wings from the night before. And I was like, dang, dude, I tipped you good. He's supposed to be on my team. But it's cool. It's cool. Daniel goes in, you know, all of a sudden the Miz has a fake baby. They just had their kid. So he's just saying, I would never bring my precious little angel to this shithole of a town. So all of a sudden, you know, they come out. He hits him with the Skull Crush finale. Miz leaves. Maurice leaves. Commercial break. We're still selling. You know? And then out of nowhere, they go, hey, man, you can get up. We're in commercial. I'm like, wait, what? There's like, you can stop now. I said, no, this is my moment. You are not ruining this moment. So when I walked past, all of a sudden, I had like 230-something text messages from everybody that had watched Raw that night. Or SmackDown. And they're like, yo, Daniel just beat the shit out of you. And look, the whole time, I ain't gonna lie, I was over here thinking like,
round one, fight.
It's my get back now.
Yeah.
But I never got my get back, man.
So,
So GT, I
I'm
never
hoping
got
you
my
will.
get back, bro. I
I'm
never
hoping you
did,
will,
man.
But you might have to go to AEW for that.
Yeah, there's some things coming up with that. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, when he caught me that one time, I over here felt like this, bro.
Oh, God.
My bearings
That
and
boy
rings was
said,
gone,
I
bro.
lost my Sonic rings off
My
of that
stuff
hit.
was gone, bro.
I'm dead.
Look, I was over there laying on the ground, damn near unconscious over here, like,
How dare you?
Oh, my
like, how
God.
dare you treat me like that?
Hey.
How dare you, Daniel Bryan, treat me like street booty? You know what I'm
I
saying?
swear
I
to
ain't
God.
booty meat. I'm
Booty
somebody's
meat.
daddy. You know what I'm saying?
I think I could see you being a part of the New Day.
Everybody says that.
But I can see it.
Everybody says that.
Big E ain't there no more.
Nope.
You still got Xavier and Kofi.
Yeah.
I need the Immaculate One
Yep.
to make it back complete. What I didn't like about the New Day was how they first came out with that church choir.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
I didn't know we was at, Memorial Baptist. You know what I'm saying? Bringing out Kofi and all of them over there.
I almost lost that. We good though. We good. No, a lot of people actually through their invite on aren't 2 cents about, hey man, I think you should do it. And the thing is I was pretty close with New Day when I was on the road. But I spent a lot of time with Truth. Truth's like one of my really good friends. Like,
yeah, I feel like our Truth is really down to earth.
Man.
And somebody that he's really good to network with.
Dude, he's amazing, and he's actually he's got a country album.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching, seeing what he's been doing, and I didn't even. I like when he has that. What's that? The truth. Who says that? The Miz.
The Miz. Oh yeah.
That shit's like hilarious because you can tell the Miz don't be rapping and shit. But.
Yeah, man. I tell you what though, man, I had a blast for that 3 minutes of a segment. Through my social media blew up. I saw people on YouTube that was sending me YouTube links of all the comments and the fans, and they were like, people were like, yo, man, they're hella sell. Someone else was like, I think they're already hired by WWE. Someone else was like, next tag team champs. And it was kind of dope, you know what I mean? Like, you can't fanboy over it, but it was just like, yo, I appreciate that.
I love the love that you were receiving from that because and at the end of the day, when it comes to anything,
right,
seeing is believing.
Yo,
it doesn't.
That's a bar.
Yo,
also Brittany said, hey, shout out to Brittany, you know what I'm saying? She's chiming in. She said, hard to hear Max. So, Max, you got to talk a little louder.
I don't want to be too loud,
no.
But I'm loud enough, I feel like. But I will be a little louder if I need to be.
I try to cut up his mic, Britt. I appreciate you saying that. If you guys
can't hear me, please let me know so I can fix that. I'm an audio guy anyway, so I don't want to sound like an amateur.
Yeah. No, but as far as that experience, that was a fun moment. I had quite a lot of few good moments with WWE, but that was the start of it, man. And a true story, like when the Ford Center was first built, I remember sitting at the Civic Center and I was watching it built. And this is before the building was even up. They were just like doing all the just like basically constructing everything. Yeah. And I was like, one day I will perform there. I don't know how, but I'm gonna do it. And this was back in like 2016, 27. I think it was 2017 when I sent that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I get invited to come to the show, so I'm in the back.
Bro, what's even crazier, Micas, is what you just said. See, people don't understand how that really works when you manifest a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I remember the Angry Nerds opening for Jelly Roll twice.
Yeah.
Before he even was a country.
Was this back when he was still rapping, right?
He was a rapper.
Yeah. People don't know that.
That I sent beats to.
Yes.
That we did it at Boney June's. We did something with them. Him and Haystack, because him and Haystack were really close in Nashville.
Yeah.
So they came up once, and then we opened for him at the pub, which is right off the Lloyd.
Yeah. I remember the pub.
And that was dope. He really got a chance to see us live and this and that. We're opening. He's like doing like little small, real small Lamasco type venues.
Right. Yeah.
Next thing you know, is Force Center. Don't nobody want to miss Jelly Roll. And I mean nobody. Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
I just wish he would have stuck it out with the genre that they
started with. Yeah.
I'm not a hater.
Right.
I'm a musician. I understand how it evolves, and you're going to do what works for you.
You're going to do what works.
Because if it worked for me, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now. But
Max just dropped the hint. Pew, pew.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people who I feel like are doing what works for them, and I'm so glad to see them succeed at doing them no matter what.
Right.
So shout out to everybody that's trying to succeed in whatever it may be.
Yep.
And, I'm rooting for everybody, man. I just want to see everybody shine.
That's it. I'm the same way, man. If you got a dream, protect it, man. Because
what's up, baby?
Ever since I was a kid, man, all I ever wanted to do was be a wrestler. and I stuck to it. You know what I'm saying?
All I wanted to do is what I'm doing now. And I just stuck to it.
Literally, man. It's funny because like some of the songs that I always play that you guys have for Anger Nerds, one of my favorite ones was the Ric Flair one.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying.
That shit
what
was
made
so
the Nerds so dope
bro.
was the fact we was nothing but ourselves,
Yeah.
the truest form of us. I'm not no street person. I'm not no gangster person. I am a fucking nerd who likes to play the game, make great music.
Yeah.
And I'm Mr. Triple X.
Yeah. It was,
at the end of the day.
It was funny because, like, even in certain lyrics, because, like, when I listen to music, I really like to dissect the bars.
Yeah.
But, like, the bars that y'all did it was just a different style.
Yeah.
Like, you were saying something along the lines of, you was like, do it. You said, do it. Something, have a shot at it and you blew it.
Yeah.
Like,
I
like
forgot
that.
all about that.
It was like, oh, man, I should know this. You said, something called yourself to blew it. Yeah, he was like, okay, do it.
Had a chance and you
blew it. Yeah, hardest to ever do it. Better get used to it. My hair, I shampoo it. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
Hey,
he said, and I only bench press 143. And I said,
and I'm not lying.
I said, wait a minute. I said, hold on, 143. I said,
I'm a little nigga, man.
Where's he getting that 1.2 pounds?
Hey, this is why I will never go to fucking Crunch Fitness to work out with you because you're not going to kill me. But shout out to my homie Kevin, bro.
Yo.
My homie Kevo, bro. My workout guru, him and Frank, but they work out, bro. Straight up.
That shit was hilarious. No, but like, that song was dope, man. He was like, I'm Ric Flair and on these niggas. Woo!
Yeah, no, for sure, man. The Nerds were so
that shit
dope,
was so
man.
dope.
Like when we was going
Simple.
on our run,
yeah,
our run was hot because we weren't Travis Porter, we weren't the Migos,
right?
We were us,
yep.
And we was fine being that,
right?
We didn't. And here's the thing, though: nobody that didn't know us, and the people that did know us, couldn't say we was lying.
Right? Nope.
We weren't.
Nope. Yo, shout out to Jake. I see you in the comment section too. Congratulations on winning that ring at the Spiders tournament. I did see that and I saw that, so I want to give you your props to that. Man. But yeah, on to my WWE stuff. No one cares about all that. I want to know what is on your plate, sir. What do you got cooking up in the pot that you about to serve out to everybody?
Right now, I am continuing to promote my latest and newest single, Ice Cream, which features
Ice Cream.
Yes, sir. Which features the homies IBT Benzo and My Ex Benji, two of my bros, man, that are mega talented. They blessed me with
yo, shout out to them, dude. I got to shout out to them. I got to meet them. I got to meet them at the photo or at the video shoot.
At the video shoot.
And that video shoot was dope, man.
It really was a great time
dope.
in the
It
summer, man, at Licks downtown. Shout out to Licks for even letting me do something like that.
Yes.
But this is what I love about it because it's the locals supporting the locals.
Yep.
I will never not support the locals. So shout out to Chef Lowe. Shout out to the homie Mark. Shout out to my homies Nino and Derek, man, with Live 100 The Worm, Big Coop and them. Just all the locals, man. The Lucky Lady Strip Club, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. They really support me. They sponsor me and what I do.
That's what's up.
I love them. I try to pop in whenever I can and say hi,
right?
And just be a familiar face because I really do appreciate them letting me use their establishment,
right?
Like they have over the time, man. And I would never guess that a club would really back me. I'm not gonna lie, and they really do. So shout out to them. Shout out to my homie Cam for being such a supporter. That means a lot to me, man. Like I said, I think at the end of the day, Micas.
Shout out to all of them. Everybody he just named. If you need a playback, please do, because he gave a bunch of shout-outs. See, that's what I've always respected about you, is you never lose sight on who helped you along the way. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. You've been in different directions. But the one thing you never forget is who helped you along the way. And I always appreciate that because I'm the same way when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah.
About everybody that's always, like, stuck their neck out for me. And stuff like that, I'm always grateful for those people. And then, like, when I tell my stories to people, like, these names always get mentioned. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I respect that.
Same. No, and I appreciate that, man. It comes down to having a strong support system around you, bro.
Right.
If you really want to do whatever it is that you want to do, you have to have a strong support system. Right. And remember, that doesn't mean you have to have a bunch of yes men around you, sir.
Facts.
You will never grow that way.
Right.
I would have never gotten and evolved into the guy that I am today without no's and without change of direction and without accepting coaching.
Yeah.
Even if you feel like what they're talking about is a bunch of bullshit, bro. Because I do a lot of recording for a lot of artists around the tri-state. So with me having my own recording studio, I learn from some of the best and even from some of the worst because you take from something, bro. You just do.
Right.
And it's really about how you apply it and what you do with it. That works for you.
You got a little shout out on here. You need to check out Has-Been's music. Check me out. Hey, listen, I used to be a part of a record label. You want to know who it was?
Who was the label?
Never Came Out Records.
Never Came Out Records.
Shout out to Never Came Out Records. Well, we still hot. We still waiting on our first album, man.
All for it. You know what I'm saying? He's been reaching out to me, man, about getting on the radio and some proper steps. And, you know, shout out to Has-Been and what you're doing, bro.
I like that.
Just continue to keep pushing, bro.
Yeah. Keep working hard, bro. Keep working hard. That industry is not easy, man.
It's not.
And the thing is I'm going to tell you something I learned in wrestling that I'll never forget, and I relay this message to a lot of people in just life in general. You can get told 1,000 no's, but all it takes is one yes. That's it. Stay consistent and keep bothering people.
Yeah.
If they don't like it, they either got to sign you or they got to eventually tell you no. But guess what? There's 10,000 more people you can keep doing that to. So it has been, bro, seriously, keep doing your thing, bro. Stay consistent. Don't quit. I'm talking when you chilling at the crib, work on your craft. Because the next man that you competing against is you got to imagine that he's 2 steps ahead of the game, bro. So you got to not only play catch up with who's above you, but you got to stay up for people below you. So keep doing your thing, bro. Seriously.
He's definitely got some work to do, but at the end of the day, don't ever lose sight of what you got into it for. The only reason why we stayed consistent, we always enjoyed and had fun at the end of the day with what we're doing. And once you keep that focus there too, bro, you got to have fun with it, bro. Even our favorite athletes or entertainers will tell you that. Don't lose sight of that. Bro.
Never. Hey, and if somebody does try to tell you different, whether it's Has-Been or anybody, if y'all at work doing y'all thing, y'all got haters, or y'all got people trying to shit on y'all dreams, all y'all got to do is tell them, like, shut up, bitch. And just be done with it, you know what I'm saying, and walk off, you know what I'm saying, and turn around with a great smile and walk my white ass back across 8 Mile, you know what I'm saying, type shit. Yo, that's what we here to do.
So I'm just pumping the single right now, which the video is doing really good on the numbers. It's in full rotation.
Tell them where they can find the video.
You can find the video on YouTube right now. Dat Boi Maxxx featuring IBT Benzo and Micas Benji Ice Cream. It's in rotation about 3-4 times a day on 98.5 FM WEOA right here in the tri-state. And I have a really good year, I think, planned out, man, for what I've been thinking about for what I want to do, man. So I got some new music coming out. I thought about releasing my project as a whole, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to just do straight singles for the rest of the year. Videos, content, the rollout. Make sure you guys can find all my music and everything.
Yeah, where can I find that at?
All platforms, man.
Okay.
So that's your Spotify, your Apple, Amazon, etc. Whatever you have for your favorite artist, I'm on it.
What's up?
So
nobody got excuse.
None.
Go support.
Follow and subscribe.
Here's the thing, and that's what I literally just said that in the post. Like, guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the content. It's free. It's free, but the more y'all do that, you're gonna help the algorithm push to where it does get to those people that don't know the platform that might actually need something. Because one thing I've always said about my podcast. This is always going to be a safe spot to talk about anything and everything. And we do talk about the uncomfortable truth.
We do.
You know what I mean? And I like when people sit in, I call it the hot seat, but like it ain't because we're here to grill. We're just here to ask those certain questions that people want to know, but they either don't know someone. There's someone in here that's watching this video right now that doesn't know a music artist. You know what I mean? So it's like if you're giving little blueprints on how to get started, which is going to be my next question, you know, say someone who's really wanting to start, you know, or thinking about it, you know, like you giving out the juice to get them on the right path puts them one step ahead than what they would have already been originally without this type of information and content.
Facts.
And guys like you and I, we started with nothing.
Out the fucking mud.
You know what I mean?
The trenches.
And if we can save people from having to start where we started, and maybe they
Right.
start 2 steps ahead, well, then we're just paying it forward at that point. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? And we're still doing our work because you and I are still humble men, and we will always still give back. And it's like, you know, when I see things like that, you know, I hate to see certain people in certain spotlights that you know don't deserve it.
Right.
Such as we were talking about gatekeepers. It's crazy how you can do a specific favor, whether it's financially, whether it's physically, mentally, whatever it is, that you can shortcut the line. And at the end of the day, I will always keep my morals.
Yep.
I will always hold my values.
Yep.
And I will always keep my respect for not only for myself, but for the people that look up to me. I will never take shortcuts. I've never taken shortcuts. Hell, in wrestling, dude, I will never name these people because I will not put them on blast because I do have them on my social media. But I've been offered anything underneath the sun, from a dude to a female, whether it was physical, mental, whatever it is. I've been offered a lot of stuff to get to another level. And I'm like, hey, that's just not who I am. I appreciate you even considering me, but I'm going to have to respectfully decline, you know. And in respect for you, I will not mention your name in any of this. But you realize how crooked the industry is.
Yeah.
And, you know, which also, you know, comes into another question I have, is how demonic the music industry is. I feel like the direction of where I'm going with this is, it's now seemed like to come out where a lot of people are like, oh, I sold my soul. And like, I hate hearing that because I am a religious person. And I'm like, that's the only thing you have left. You know what I mean? That's the only value.
That's the one thing I will never compromise.
Yeah.
If it's going to, you know, if that means taking the longer route.
Right.
So be it, dog.
Yeah.
My values are just what they are, man. And, you know, I feel like at the end of the day, I'm a religious person myself.
Right.
And, you know, it's not worth that. If I never get to where I need to get to without selling my, I'm good, bro.
No.
I'll have to just take the L.
That's
but it's
it.
not really an L because if I'm able to make this lucrative,
right,
to where I'm able to pay bills, able to live my life comfortably, happily with what I'm doing, and I'm just not on the bigger stage, so be it.
Right.
I have done what I need to do. I fulfilled my life, I feel like.
No, I respect that. And, you know, like I said, that's one thing I've always thought highly of you, and vice versa. And that's what I always try to relay to other people. Like, dude, don't lose yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not meant to cross that threshold by your hard work, your dignity and respect for yourself will always overvalue the dollar amount.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why billionaires and millionaires are always cycling through people, because they can't find loyalty. They can't find the respect, because people are only there, like you talked about, yes men.
Yep.
That's all they have. They don't have that real person that could be like, hey, that's stupid. Like, bro, don't do that. You
Right.
know what I mean? Or like, hey, say you're about to do something stupid. You're about to get a DUI or something like that. Why isn't that one friend that's in the group like, yo, bro, that's stupid. Don't you ever do that. This is my job. If this is my job to keep you out of trouble, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, why do we not have more people like that? You know, and like I said, you know, back to the whole like demonic thing, you know, people are like, oh, I sold my soul and I did this and I did that. And now they own me. And you're like, then you got the Illuminatis. And there's just a lot of conspiracy behind that.
It's a lot of conspiracy that we've all jumped into.
Sure.
Try to do our own research on. Then when we do our research, we might see a light flinch, and now we're thinking, oh, no, they know that we're looking at them, and then we're freaking our own damn selves out, and then we're like, oh, no. So at the end of the day, keep God first.
That's it. I was literally just about to say it.
If you do that,
you got to keep God
you
first.
you ain't got to worry about it. You ain't gotta
Keep
worry
God
about that
first.
no more,
That's the main thing. And I tell people that all the time. Their money should not ever be able to buy your soul, because that was the one thing, that the most valuable thing that God ever gave you, that you don't have to pay for. God never said, hey, you got to pay me a couple $1 million to have your soul. Like, we were given that.
Right.
And that's the one core value that the devil wants.
Facts.
And he will throw opportunities at you to sell yourself. So like when I see certain people on top right now that have music,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, what did you have to do? Did you get there in hard work? Because I will tremendously respect that. Or did you get it because you opened your legs up or you did some favors that you weren't proud of?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or you had to do some things that you would never
Like
talk
on
about.
some Joy Taylor
Yeah,
type.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The hot seat.
Man,
The Immaculate
man.
Dat Boi Maxxx.
Listen,
Present the hot seat.
listen.
We can get into some shit.
Yeah, we can get into some stuff, man. I'm an open book because I can tell you right now, boy.
We're sports fanatics. We're entertainment. We're
Bro.
gamers. We're all of it, bro. So I'm here for it all.
They-
I'm here for all the smoke.
They did Joy Taylor. Well, I'm gonna say, yeah, technically they did Joy Taylor.
I
But,
commend her for not saying shit about it, though.
That's what I was about to say. She took it. She knew what it was, though. She
and
did.
kept doing her job.
She knew what it was, and she just owned up to it,
Owned
and
it,
it is
and
what
it
it
is what it
was.
is.
But like, that's just a small sample size of how many other relatable situations that are in different industries, whether it's work, whether it's a career in a sports, whether it's music. It just seems like some of those most powerful people, man, they're in those positions. All they want to do is prey on people. Like,
Right.
you can't just have like a genuinely, well, I ain't gonna say you can't, 'cause there is, but there's way less of good people that say, I just respect you for you. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, I want you on this label because of the core values that you bring as a whole. Not, yo, I need your hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like Diddy shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we all saw all that unfold, and there's so many people that were affected by that. I mean, hell, like look at Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't stupid, but it's like, yo, he wanted it that bad that he was willing to put himself in those positions to get that spotlight and that
Right.
money. But he had to pay a severe price for that. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's worse than even what the media pushed out. But that's just a small sample size. You know, I don't think
Yeah.
I think guys like Jay-Z aren't angels either. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a lot of stuff that happens.
It's a lot of
Like, I find
shit.
it very weird that Beyonce, every time that someone wins an award, Beyonce somehow always gets mentioned, and I find that very weird. And I feel like she's a gatekeeper for certain women in certain scenario situations. Now, I'm not saying she didn't help them out, but it's weird when her name gets mentioned by 10 different artists. It's like, first of all, I want to give Beyonce a shout out, and it's like, why isn't God your first shout out? You know what I mean? Like,
It used to be
God woke you up every day.
every day.
God help put you in positions to provide for yourself. He put food on the table for you.
Mm-hmm.
He's got utilities on. He's got clothes on your back. He blessed you with a car. Like, why aren't these the first things you say? Why is it a physical person that allowed you to be put in that position? They were talking about that right before the LA fire. What was that? Was it some little award show that they had, and then they kept a tally on who all got shout outs. It was like moms, dads, grandma, husbands, and they had this stupid calculator where every person that said, first of all, I would like to shout out whoever, they kept a poll of that.
Mhm.
Can you believe who was in last place?
Who?
It was God. Guess how many
That's
shout outs he got? Zero. Why do they even have that stat line on there? That was making a mockery of anybody that has a religious faith background. And like, that's not even funny. Like,
Mhm.
when I was watching it, I was like, it's not even funny. And then 2 days later, wildfires. Now, I got my own conspiracy about that. I believe it ain't got nothing to do with God. I don't think God did anything of that. I think there's more to it. I think our government has a certain agenda of Project LA 2028 because, once again, the Olympics
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah.
And China just did the same thing back when the Olympics was in Beijing. They fried a certain area, they completely remodeled it, and they basically geared it up to where when the Olympics was there, they could maximize their dollar values for the amount of time that the Olympics were there. It's been proven. I think they said the same thing in Hawaii. They did the same thing too. It's not normal,
Yeah.
you know, but the governments do it. So
Yeah.
like, I don't think some act that God just randomly caused all these fires, because why is the insurance companies canceling wildfire insurance policies 6 months before the fire actually hits? while all of a sudden a week before the fires hits, all the fire hydrants don't work. Like, aren't you surrounded by water?
Isn't that what they said, though? They said even the hydrants weren't
working. Make that make sense.
I know, bro.
It just doesn't make sense.
You know what else don't make sense? Trump.
Hey, somehow I feel like when Trump does certain things he does, I feel like he's in the office like
what he's doing, bro, don't make sense. I understand, but it's almost like he's basically saying, I want to get rid of all foreign every damn thing. No matter what
you know what's crazy you say that? His fucking wife is not American.
Thank
None
you.
of his wives have been.
I'm gonna say this again. You know what else don't make sense? Trump. You hear? That means everything that comes with that, bro.
You know, in this great country,
I don't fuck with somebody like that, man. I mean, he's our president, but I'm gonna continue to live my life
Right.
just like I did when he was in there the first time.
right?
Ain't
Yeah.
shit gonna really be really different. I'm just waiting for this shit to be done.
I'll be honest. I find him very entertaining, and I'll tell you why. It's just because of just things you just never know what that man is gonna say.
He's a
He's
firecracker
an
every rip.
entertainer. I've met him one time at a WWE show because you know him and Vince are boys, and I mean, dude was super cool. And you know, I don't have anything against him. I'll be honest. I don't necessarily agree with everything he does.
That's right.
But I will say this: he is American first. That's one thing I will say. Now, he always is going to protect his money and the other people's wealthy money. There's a reason why billionaires hang out with billionaires and et cetera, et cetera.
I agree.
But he does put a American first policy up there. Now,
Yeah.
whether you and I agree with that, because I'll be honest, this whole ICE thing, man, I think I just saw like a couple that were in Evansville at like a Walmart,
Yeah.
and I ain't gonna lie to you, I damn near took off because I thought they was looking for me.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm American. You know what I'm saying? Like I go ahead and I just left my cart in the aisle and I just bounced out.
I'm dead.
No, but you know, just the way that they're doing things, you know, obviously they're trying to improve the country, which I'm all about, you know.
I'm all
because of
about improving
safety.
the country.
but
I'm just saying,
yeah,
he's a trip, bro.
Dude,
That's all.
I think whoever his publicist is, I feel like they're probably on suicide watch. You know what I mean?
It's
And
that dollar.
oh my
baby.
gosh, everything that he's doing is going to increase his money revenue.
That dollar,
That's all
baby.
That's all it ever comes down to anyway.
I
Like
don't fuck with him.
people go, "Oh, I'm a Democrat." Someone else is like, "I'm a Republican." I'm like, if you really see how these people are behind the cameras, they're all one group.
Right.
They work separately to make funds go in separate bank accounts.
Right.
All this has got to do with money. That's it. That's why I wish the country would just galvanize together, because you know the government's biggest fear is for everybody to be on the same page.
Yeah.
And we won't do it because half the people are blind to that and they pay attention to the fake news media. And I think that's why a lot of people resort to podcasting now, because we don't have a reason to lie.
We don't.
And if we're misinformed on something, guess what? We go back and research a little bit more and we get it right the second time.
And you know, Facebook does fact check.
Yep.
Fact check.
Yep.
Bitch.
Yep. So
Straight up, man.
it is what it is, you know. But like you said, I'm going to continue to do my thing regardless. I'm going to wake up at the same time I do every day. I'm going to go to work like I do every day. I'm going to take care of my kid like I do every day.
Every day.
I'm going to be the best version of myself, or try to be the best version of myself,
Every
regardless of who's sitting in the chair. You know what I mean? They can only do so much. Yeah, you can monitor my money values and stuff like that, but guess what? When it's time for me to go to heaven,
Mhm.
I don't know if you making it, but I'm going, and that's really all I'm looking forward to.
Right.
You know, I'm at the point now where my age is, I just want to become God's best friend. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's to me, it's no more about the dollar amount. It's not about cool, man. I got all these cool flashy stuff. Because, bro, once we're dead, bro, all that shit dead. It's all
dead.
gone.
It's dead.
And then what do you got? You got your soul. But if you lost your soul along the way, are you going to heaven? Are you going to hell? I don't know about you, but I'm trying to go to heaven.
I need my
but I'm
soul.
trying to turn up. So
I
like,
don't need nobody to Shang Tsung me and take my soul. I need my soul. Straight up.
I feel like that's Shang Tsung laughing right now. No, but yeah, man, you know, we were talking about, you know, just essentially just, you know, talking about the whole presidential stuff. I feel
just
like
wanted
it's
to get
all
that
rigged.
up out
It's
of
all
there.
rigged.
It is.
It's
and
all
you
rigged.
know, our vote
It's irrelevant.
supposed to matter, but
Yeah,
it don't.
It's irrelevant.
So guess what? It's up, bitch. I'm gonna pay my bills, especially Centerpoint. And
Yo,
that's what it is.
Center Point can suck my ass, dog.
Bro,
I
for real.
cannot stand them. Like, I be seeing people post all the time.
Monopoly, bro.
How did my bill go up $150? You me tell you
Bro,
why
do
your
you
bill
know-
went up $150?
Tell him right now.
Because there's no competition and they do whatever the hell they want. It ain't no different than you getting drugs from the one drug dealer in the small city. You can't go buy it because if he raises his price, he knows you can't do nothing about it because you can't get it anywhere else. So, unfortunately, unless everybody stops using electricity, which I don't see happening, y'all got to deal with it just like we do.
Yep.
And guess what? Make more money.
Yeah.
It's a simple fix.
Facts.
Make more money.
And I feel like in today's society, you have to have a side hustle.
Oh, you got to.
You have to.
Man, OnlyFans. No, I'm just playing. No.
Look, and for
Hey,
the,
listen,
and
I
for
don't
the-
believe in that shit.
look,
So
man,
don't
for the
take
women, we're gonna have one called Only Mans.
that. Yeah, hell yeah. Only
Man.
mans. I'm gonna have an account
swear
with
to
me
God.
rubbing butter on my nipples.
Hey man, shout out to the homie
Cocoa
Mac
butter.
Diamond in the building.
Mac Diamond, bro.
Mel
up
in the
here.
building.
Yeah.
GT is still going crazy. I would never sign to Bad Boy. I'm gonna tell you for the last
Oh, he
time, GT. I
went
would
there.
never sign
Yeah, I heard.
to Bad
Yeah,
Boy.
I saw that in the comments. They said you said he was at the Diddy party.
I would never sign to Bad Boy. Do you hear me? It's over with. And what's so crazy is I used to be the biggest Bad Boy fan.
I was too,
I had the Victory
bro. I still got my
album.
Sean John boots.
I had
That is like in great condition right now. I
All
can't wear
About
them
the
anymore.
Benjamin was my favorite song when I was a kid
Yeah.
growing up. I still know all the words, even the rock version.
Yeah.
And then I even know Weird Al Yankovic's version. Just to let y'all know how much of a music head I really am. Yeah, huge fan, man. But I hate that, but it is what it is, man. But no, GT, I'm never signing to fucking Bad Boy.
Take that.
No, they can have that. Fuck that.
No, but man, I tell you what do you think's gonna happen with Diddy? I'm glad you brought that up.
So with Diddy, I don't know if he'll beat it, but I know in order for this to go the way that everybody's expecting it to go, we're going to need them names. That's all we're waiting for. We don't care about nothing else. We don't give a fuck about nothing else, bro. Except for Cassie. She didn't deserve that.
No, I totally agree with you.
But if we are talking and keeping it 1 million, all we care about is who in the hell's at these damn parties?
You think no name's gonna get a drop?
Eventually.
I don't think so. You wanna know why? Because they never dropped Epstein's.
They never did either.
No.
They never did.
They won't. Diddy's, they might drop a few.
They might drop a few, though.
Expendable people, I feel like they'll drop them. They'll be like, yeah, this person, we don't care about this person.
Yeah.
But all the higher elites will be protected. And I think that's why it's taking so long for the list to come out, because they got to be able to get the ones that are more important to their cause to somehow get out of that picture.
Yeah.
And, shout out to Cat Williams. But when Cat Williams was calling all that up and he's like, it's up for y'all.
Cat Williams had the hottest podcast of last year.
Bro. And I'm like dying for him to come back and drop some more because I know
he's got plenty more.
Bro.
And they got to quit sleeping on the fact that man really is at one point in time, he was a genius for a second.
Yeah.
He was.
Man, anytime a man adopts 10 kids, and I actually met, so true story, me and Buka, back when we was in school, this is high school days, man, we was with this YMCA program, and shout out to Joe Straight. He was our counselor for that program, and we got a chance to go to the Black Expo. So we go to the Black Expo in Indy. That was a big thing back then. Do they even still have that anymore?
Yeah, they still do.
Okay.
Every year.
Okay.
Every summer.
So we went
Damn,
there.
I haven't been to the expo.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, same here. I was in high school last time I went to the Black Expo. So we went down there and we stayed at I think it was the Hampton Inn.
Okay.
But we were staying where all the celebrities were. So like that was when Coach Carter first came out. So we got to meet like
Samuel
Juice,
L.
Worm, all them. They were all staying in the same hotel. But the thing that stood out to me the most was Cat Williams. So we're all just sitting out, and because it was a nice day outside, we see this limo pull up. You see this wide back bouncer come out. He walks up to this, opens the door. Cat Williams gets out. I got my video camera, and Jashay, if you catch this pod, whether it's in real time or you're watching the playback, tell them when I was holding my video camera, there's like probably 75 people outside this hotel, right? This is when Cat Williams was first start getting hot. And this was right after he played like Friday After Next, everything, whatever. He walks specifically to my camera. I'm in a specific like part in the group. It's all crowded. He walks straight up to my camera and he's like, "You are now watching Pimp TV. Good evening." Walks right off. I ain't gonna lie, I was freaking out because I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was gonna snatch the camera out. I don't know why I thought that, but it was just, I'm young.
Yeah.
So then I walk up to the door because I'm like, I'm gonna try to catch him again when he walks in the door.
Yeah.
He walks up to the door and he just stops, looks at me again, and he's like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Micas." And he's like, "Ladies, I'm here with Micas." And I mean, he just straight hypes me up, bro.
Blows that head up.
And just like, it was just cool because like I had never asked him to do any of that, man. He could have signed autographs. He didn't do none of that. He just saw my camera and was like, "I'm in character." And I just thought that was super dope because he never had to do that. And I just, I just thanked him for it type of stuff. But like, I remember Booker was like, "Man, I know you was nervous." I was like, "Man, I almost fucking pissed myself." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Cat Williams, bro.
Yeah.
But like watching that Cat Williams and then watching when he evolved into today is like absolutely amazing. And I hate that the system is so against him for speaking the truth. Like, since when is it bad to speak the truth?
Because people want to believe a lie.
That's it.
What do you mean? They'd much rather deal with negativity, especially on social media, than anything that's like not negative.
I think it's weird if
I don't have enough negativity on my shit for my shit to go crazy like that.
Same.
And if I did, I know people's who's full of negativity, and I mean their shit is whopping, like paragraphs, comments, and I mean about 1.2K.
Yeah.
Likes.
You get 1.2K likes talking about you about to go fight somebody.
Bullshit, bro.
But the second you post that I believe in God and I want everybody to know that if you see this comment, you know, you should thank God today, you'll get 12 likes. Priorities. Like, what are we doing here, people?
It's just, you know, people like what they like, man, but us as a society is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking perfect.
No, I'm
not
not
gonna
either.
act like
Far
I
from
don't
it.
look at the same shit and watch the same shit, read the same shit.
Right.
It's just, I mean, you know, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Same. So you want to talk some sports?
Yeah. So let's talk about how you're a hellified Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan.
I am.
I am a huge Patriots fan, definitely Tom Brady. But when he went to the Bucs, I became instantly on your like I'm on your best friend's side.
Yeah.
And then they got the dub on Pat.
Yep. Pat, my homeboy.
They got the dub on Pat, but ain't nobody got the dub on Pat since.
Nope.
But I think Jalen Hurts can get the dub.
What? Oh no!
Pat.
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
No, sir. No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
In my LA Knight voice.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meg.
Mm-mm. So you telling me right now?
Oh, I'm telling you, and I'm gonna tell you why. You ready?
Yeah.
I fuck with Spagnuolo's defense. I
Okay.
fuck with the defense. I
do
ain't
too.
gonna lie.
I do too.
They're not stopping Saquon, bro. Let's be real about this. It ain't even gotta be Jalen. They're not gonna fuck with Saquon.
What?
They're not, bro. Let's call it what it is. So you're gonna sit there and tell me they're really, bro? They didn't stop. They didn't stop James Cook.
You're not wrong about that.
Saquon's way better than James Cook. Let's not do that. That's my point. If Jalen gives them one touchdown, I know Saquon's gonna give them two. And with the way that Jalen is just now really getting that ball to A.J. Brown again, especially in that last game when they ran it up, everybody's clicking now. It's doing this right here. No, it's doing this right here. Kansas City's been doing this like this for years. Jalen and them had to get back, go through that grind of losing to get back with an added weapon that really ain't nobody in the league stopped yet this year. This year, I didn't say last year. This year. Not this time. And I'm going to put 20 on it. So put the 20 on it now. Put the 20 on it now, Mike.
How dare you?
Sir.
Put the 20 on it now, Mike.
Sir.
Stupid.
Sir. How dare you come on my platform and
Come on,
disrespect me with some
I'm keeping
blasphemous
I'm keeping it 1,000
information
right now.
that you think the
They don't
Eagles,
like it when I tell the truth, bro.
the Eagles, we're talking about the 15-1 Eagles, that that was what 12-0, 10-0 last year, and somehow shit the bed. We're talking
Shit
about
the
them
bed.
Eagles.
How? I don't know how.
We're talking about the Eagles that went there with Jalen Hurts first time and took a hot L. We talking about them?
They only lost by a field goal. Don't do that.
I understand. I don't care if they lost by a half point.
They lost.
They still
You're
lost.
Right. You're right.
We talking about that team?
Ain't the same team.
Not the team like the Kansas City Chiefs. I am no Chiefs fans. Y'all see?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I got a Shaq Barrett autographed jersey.
And I'm a Patriots fan.
I have a Pierre Paul jersey over here. I ain't even hung up. I got a Buccaneers flag, and I used to live in Tampa.
JPP
so listen.
really fucked his hand up like that. But
bro,
we'll get
listen.
to that. The fuck?
Stupid.
Stupid.
Only man I know that literally the warning sign on some fireworks only applied to that
How
man.
drunk were you then? He had to be on that boat, on that river, or whatever he was doing.
I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going in this debate right now. Not for this. We're going to keep this going.
Mm-hmm.
The Pierre Paul situation, the man was on fentanyl. That's why he got it. The man was on some bad drugs. And
some bad drugs because his hand is fine.
Listen. Pierre Paul, I appreciate you getting me my Super Bowl.
Oh, my God.
But, yeah, we're just going to leave it there. But you, sir.
Bro, tell me I'm wrong. It ain't the same Eagles team.
Once again,
it's not.
I'm not saying you're wrong. There's one player that is the most, who's the real MVP, who is going to be the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Again.
Who even makes the MVP seem non-relevant because they've won it the last few years. You know who that person is? Taylor Swift. Taylor motherfucking Swift. Taylor Swift is the reason why they're going to win the third Super Bowl. See, you thought I was going to pat Mahomes. See, you ain't ready for that. I threw you off, and I threw all of y'all off, and y'all thought I was going to go with number 15, pat Mahomes, boy. That's not where I was going with it. I was going with the real MVP, Taylor Swift. She is going to win them this third Super Bowl. Not to mention, they're going to push the narrative of Pat Mahomes being better than Tom Brady, which I don't agree with.
No.
Yet, I do not agree with. Tom Brady is still the GOAT and will be the GOAT. So, the fact that they're trying to push Tom Brady out of the picture because they need that new aura, they need that new genre, they need that new it factor. Pat Mahomes is that guy, but until Pat Mahomes wins that many championships, he can't be considered a GOAT. Not to mention, he lost to Tom Brady with my Buccaneers. So, I'm not here to hate on Pat Mahomes.
He's beat him in the AFC Championship game. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
And he beat him in the Super Bowl.
All I'm saying
I'm not
is
hearing that.
you can have 7 titles. Guess what? You lost to Tom Brady.
You still lost to Tom.
So it don't matter. But Taylor Swift is the reason why they're going to win.
Did you see her bring Caitlin Clark all of a sudden?
Yeah.
I said, oh, hell
yeah.
no.
This is it's all about an agenda, guys. I'm telling you. The last few years of the Super Bowl logo.
Why they do that for Caitlin Clark, bro? I looked around the crib and was like, I know in hell they did not go get. Bro, listen to me. If you don't think I thought of every damn scenario, I said y'all didn't went to Indiana. Told her, hey, slide on over here. I got you.
Yeah.
It's on me.
We gonna put you up there.
Yeah, and we're gonna give you a red puffer jacket at that.
Yeah.
Now she with the hood. Then she got the picture afterwards with all the people.
Yeah.
I said, oh, yeah.
And you know her X account, her Twitter X account definitely blew up after that. Instagram and all.
Oh,
that was a power move. Y'all didn't see that, but I'm telling you guys, the Taylor Swift effect is real.
Yeah, it is.
I promise you. And the last few years that they've hit the Super Bowl, do you know the logo of the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
You notice, if you look at the last couple seasons of the Super Bowl, whoever's color is majority favorite in the Super Bowl has won the Super Bowl.
Oh, no, I didn't see that part.
It's a weird conspiracy.
Yeah.
But I saw that. And then the fact that they're trying to push the narrative of Pat Mahomes better than Tom Brady. How do you do that? You make him three-peat. Because that's the only thing that Tom Brady can never say that he's ever done that. But that's still, even with a three-peat, still does not put Pat Mahomes over Tom Brady. I'm sorry, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
But truth be told, I'm looking at this more as a business proposition as I'm actually looking at it as an actual team. Because, yes, I do agree with you. I do think the Eagles should win.
Yeah.
But in a business standpoint, which is the same conversation I was having with Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. I kept telling people, y'all got to stop with this Mike Tyson narrative. It's not a real thing. The man is 60 years old. And it's not about that. It's about if you are a business person and you have Jake Paul here, who is your cash cow right now, why would you let Mike Tyson come in and kill your cash cow? If you beat Jake Paul in a fight, can you make more money off Jake Paul anymore? No, you just lost to a 60-year-old guy.
Right.
Your buzz is gone. It's all about money. Tyson was paid handsomely.
But he was biting his glove, though.
I understand.
They crashed Netflix. I have never seen that happen.
Yep.
At everybody had problems.
Yep.
I was at my homeboy's crib watching it with my homeboys.
Yep.
We was in there 4-5 deep.
Yeah.
In the zone too, by the way, and
Yep.
I know what you know what I mean. But at the same time, though, I'm asking the same question like everybody else is asking. Is your Netflix doing the same thing? Yep. Is yours buffering? I pay for the gig internet.
Mm-hmm.
We have fiber optic with AT&T. Our internet's great. I play too damn K for my shit to
Yeah,
go
I'm glad
down.
you brought up 2K. We're going to talk
I'm
about
just
that here
saying.
in a second, too.
I'm just saying. No, we don't have to, but we
Oh,
are.
no, we are.
Oh, no, we are. But at the same time, no. Yeah, bro, like, I couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I do understand what you're saying about why would you kill your cash cow?
Yeah.
You're yeah.
Pat Mahomes
But-
is the cash cow.
But you're right. And Andy Reid, too. Don't forget Andy Reid.
You talking about him and his Waffle House burger menu play call list?
Travis Kelce is still Travis Kelce. That's what's even crazier. But it's really about Taylor Swift. Ain't that crazy?
I'm telling y'all, it's all business.
And every time it's a game, they cut to that woman before something or after something. And it's like for a reaction.
Yeah.
When did we care about reactions? We've seen
None.
Beyonce there.
Yes.
We've seen Jay-Z there.
Yes.
They never got half the reactions
Yes.
that Taylor Swift got.
Yeah.
We know there's some dope-ass Instagram models that are there
Yep.
for their man.
Yep.
That look way, way better than some Taylor Swift.
I think Taylor Swift looks as average.
She's a damn
No,
surfboard.
No.
Surfboard. Okay, surfboard. What Beyonce say? Surfboard. Nah, surfboard. That bitch is a surfboard. Bitch, look. This ain't no damn Johnny Tsunami. Quit playing with me, man. Stupid.
Holy. I was just gonna say no disrespect,
Ain't no disrespect.
but she looks like a basic white girl.
Look.
But the surfboard, you about took me out with that one, man.
Look. And you know what's so crazy? She got a really pretty face. She's a pretty girl.
I don't think it's even. I think it's average.
I think she's
I feel like
I think she's a
I've
pretty
seen
girl,
more
but that's
girls
it.
around here. I think look better than Taylor Swift. And
I agree.
And Evansville is as basic as it comes.
Oh, you're not lying.
No disrespect. I'm not here. I'm not crapping on anybody that lives in Evansville.
Bro, we love the women. They should know that.
I'm
No,
just
we ain't
saying
doing that.
There's people that I know that look better than Taylor Swift.
And it might.
I'm not a Taylor Swift hater. Listen, do your thing, get your bag. I ain't here to contest you, but
I want the smoke with the Swifties. So yeah, I'm on that. I'm on that. Okay, surfboard.
Swifties, you know what time it is.
Round one, fight.
Yeah, and
Dat
what's
Boi
so
Maxxx
crazy
is on your ass.
Bro, my fan base is nowhere near her, so she already crashed. I'm already done. They already killed me. So yeah, I ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
I'm
but
okay.
I tell you what. I mean, are you sure you want to take that bet?
20,
Yeah. See,
20.
are you sure?
20.
All right.
I got the
It's
Eagles.
official. It's official, guys. Dat Boi Maxxx is going after the Eagles. I'm taking the Kansas City Swifties.
That's true though. Look, Jake Paul and Logan Paul are set to fight in some kind of like Netflix series, or
Yeah.
my bad, it's not Netflix. It's Max.
Max, yeah. Ha! Dat Boi Maxxx. See what I
Yeah.
did there? No, I'm just
I
playing.
hate you. I don't know who I got winning. I think it's also just another business thing. But if I had to choose one, I would go with Jake.
Yeah, I would go with Jake as well. Jake's by far the better fighter. Now, if they did like an actual MMA, I actually think Logan would, because Logan's
Yeah.
actually a pretty decent wrestler.
You know what's so crazy? I don't fuck with either one of them, but
Yeah.
I will say they are entertaining. To
Oh my gosh,
watch.
absolutely.
They really are.
Yeah.
I'm not no hater, dog. I'm do all that hate
Right.
shit. I love how they really got their own shit out the mud for them.
Right.
And they maximized it. So if you want to learn some shit from some people, that's not a bad idea. either.
No, they're great. They're great business people. I mean,
at
look
the
at
end of the day.
just look at
anybody
Prime.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at
That's what I'm
Prime.
saying. Straight up. You know what I mean? So I would never hate on that fact.
Right.
I just don't fuck with them.
Yeah. They get that bag, though. That's one thing I got to say. One thing to say about the Paul brothers. But we were just talking about that. But, yeah, he's got the Eagles. I got the Kansas City Swifties. It's going down.
Yeah,
Make sure we're going to revisit. We're going to revisit this.
Will say,
yes. Who you got?
I will say.
Who's your team?
Who's
your team?
I'm a Suns fan.
Wait.
I'm KD.
Have you? I was going to ask. Are you a player fan or are you okay?
I'm a player.
That was a little different. Okay. So you follow KD. Is KD better than LeBron?
No.
Okay. I
can't do that.
I was about to get on your ass.
But here's my thing, though.
No Diddy.
LeBron, my opinion.
Don't say he's a GOAT.
No, he probably is, though. But
wait, hold on. Well, no, don't you dare skip over what you just said.
That's a longer conversation.
No. We're going to do this right now, sir.
That's a longer conversation
hold on.
for a longer
Is LeBron
time.
your GOAT, or do you think he's the actual GOAT?
He's the actual GOAT. And it's not about just the stats, bro.
I'm not here to listen, I'm a LeBron fan, sir.
Yeah, no.
I'm more of a LeBron fan than I was a Jordan fan.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let you finish before I go in. And you don't have to go through all the just give me a couple points on why he's a GOAT.
Anybody that came from high school and lived up to the hype.
Right. Well, no one's ever done it besides was it Wilt? Or was it Wilt?
I forgot.
I think it was Wilt.
Really
I think it was Wilt.
And we know a lot of people that came from high school,
from
Jermaine O'Neal to Kevin Garnett, etc. The list goes and goes.
Wait, yep, KG did. That's right. He was in Illinois, right? Yeah.
I forgot.
No,
I forgot. I'm not gonna lie, but bro, think about it. Especially up to 2025, and him still playing, getting 31 points even fucking last night.
Yep.
You're hanging in there with people that are coming fresh, laced shoes, fresh knees.
Yep.
And you're still jumping out the gym, banging on people, switching hands.
Bro, when he dunked on my Mavs, he dunked on Derek Lively and switched hands in midair. I was like,
anytime you're still
insane.
you're dunking at still one of the highest levels.
Yeah.
Your 3-point shot ain't bad. It's still shooting at a very high clip.
Yeah.
You're still LeBron at the end of the day, and you've been doing this since you were down there 16. Because I know you seen that fucking shit about what Ron Artest said.
Right.
The private gym.
Yep.
With the greats then.
Yep.
Jordan was never. In high school, I know that for a fact because he didn't
make the freshman basketball team.
I know these championship rings are going to measure, are like measuring sticks. But I'm not against that. I'm not. At the same time, though, even if he doesn't have that with just the eye test, and we've watched Jordan even at his prime, we watched the prime to the end.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be different if we didn't.
Right.
Then I'd be like, you know what? Whatever.
Right.
No, we did. We watched Space Jam, my nigga. We watched the first retirement.
All right, I got to ask, which one was better, Space Jam 1 or 2?
1. But
yep, same. I was just curious.
So we watched the 3 and the 3.
Right.
The competition wasn't the same.
I agree.
You did have your heavy hitters, like we got the Dirks, and like we had the Wades, and we had the, there's the ones.
Right.
But when it comes down to strictly just IQ, making people around you better, which is a team game, it can be.
That's why I think it works in LeBron's favor, because it is a team game.
At the end of the day, I'm not no Jordan hater. The best, you feel me? Like the greatest, if you want to just do that. That's fine. LeBron is doing shit we've never seen.
Right. That is true.
When you're doing shit that you've never seen, how do you measure that?
I think LeBron could probably play till he's about 46, 47.
He's not going to, but you're
I know he won't, but
he even talked to Tom Brady about what did you – that's my point. Jordan wasn't thinking about that. He was playing golf, gambling, smoking cigars. You feel me? And I'm not hating.
Yak.
And then you got Kobe, who wanted to be just like Jordan, who modeled his game after like Jordan. That's why it looked like Jordan, because it was Kobe. But it looked just like fucking Jordan. LeBron never said I had to be Jordan.
He did wear 23, though.
That's it.
Yeah.
But who ain't wearing fucking 23 besides Kobe?
You're not wrong.
But at the same time, I wore 23 trying to be fucking funny.
I like Kobe's 24 because it was one better than Jordan. I like that. I like that.
And that's how he wanted to approach it. But you still wanted to be just like him. LeBron was like, I'm cool with being me, dog.
Yep.
He's a pass first,
number
1 scoring person of all time. But you're a pass first person? Get the fuck?
Yep.
Bro, you're doing shit we've never seen, and that's hard to also measure. Just like those 6 rings are hard, undefeated, hard.
Yeah, I don't think
to
anyone
measure.
ever clipped that.
That's my point. And yes, Steph Curry and LeBron have had their rivalry, just like KD had his with LeBron a little bit too.
Yep, that's Oklahoma City.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm a KD fan
I think KD needs to go back to Oklahoma City.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. I swear to God.
Could you imagine KD with the
now?
Thunder?
Now?
Yeah, I'm talking about now.
Oh, it's gonna go dummy.
I guarantee they'd win at least 2 championships back to back. Now,
that's cool.
currently constructed, and the Thunder actually has not only the draft picks, they also have some good young role players that they could trade that would make it feasible for the Suns to still be able to be in a good position.
Mm-hmm.
But to make dude, listen, the Thunder are coming. I'm not gonna branch off from what we're talking about, but yeah, you're right. They're here. Now, my Mavs smacked them last year. We're going to smack them again this year.
Because Kyrie is so damn gifted, it's dumb.
Exactly.
Now, let's talk about that. If we're talking about the most gifted, I'm going to give it to Kyrie.
Oh, Kyrie, 100%.
If we're talking about the best scorer,
he's the best one.
If we're talking about the best scorer, I'm going back to KD.
Best scorer, you think KD?
I think the best all-around scorer when it comes to one again. If you need somebody to get you a bucket right now, I'm going to call KD. He's going to get me easy money sniper. He's going to give me a bucket.
That's a tough one. I'm not saying you're wrong on that. I'm just really.
Kyrie's the most gifted.
Oh, I wouldn't put Kyrie in that situation.
He's the most gifted player. LeBron is the GOAT to me, and I gave you my reasons why. Not saying that.
No. Once again, I didn't say you.
I don't want to say nothing about Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain because that's before my time.
Right. No, same here. That's why it's hard to know really who's the true GOAT because if you're going off championships, because you can't go. So most people go.
I know this.
Most people go. Oh, Jordan, he got 6 championships, and I'm like, and
right.
Bill Russell. What are we talking? Wilt. I mean, we got. I mean, Bill's got what 11?
I don't know why people said that LeBron didn't have no killer instinct. Let me tell you why he did. The nigga came in and beat the Pistons. That's killer instinct because he had lost to him
by himself.
Killer instinct. Okay, 1.
By himself.
2. Boston didn't want to see him when he was in Miami for Game 7. Killer instinct again. He had the look on his face. Stop it.
Yep.
He ain't got the killer instinct in him. He ain't Kobe. He ain't.
Bullshit. You just don't want to do it because LeBron has always somehow defeated whatever it needed to be. They don't want to give the bubble to him. I'm going to tell you why you have to give the bubble to him. Ain't nothing to do but to hoop.
That's it.
Ain't nothing to do.
No excuse.
Jimmy Butler's the one fucking Rachel Nichols.
Yep. Facts.
Your mind is, you know why? Because people are thinking I can damn near be on a break, but I got to hoop because I got to clock in.
Yep.
I got to go to GNC today and clock in.
Yep.
I'm going to fuck off on the clock though, right? I might go to the back room and fuck with these boxes and fuck Shorty in the back, right? I'm just saying. But at the same time, at the end of the day, ain't nothing to do but to hoop. All you can look, we all had the shit with COVID. We all know what was going on.
Yep.
These athletes have their families.
They get paid millions of dollars.
They're already taken care of back at the crib. So they're out at the bubble. Everybody in one spot. So we're all in the same YMCA building.
Yep.
So if we're going to all play at the
Hoopers
Y.
are the Hoopers.
If we're all going to play at the Y for some midnight basketball.
Yep.
We ain't got nothing to do.
Nothing.
My shorty ain't here. She can't distract me.
Nope. No
my
distractions.
kids ain't in the stands talking. I got to make a few shots for my kid right quick.
Yep.
It's a straight ball.
Yep.
That's hard to me. That's harder.
That's way harder. I
agree.
I hate when people shit on the bubble. I feel like it's harder to do that than what it is just to be around your family and loved ones and have your regular routine. The fact that you get thrown out of your routine should make it harder.
And we get to really see what you really about.
Yep.
That's when Devin Booker was like, I'm about to hoop. And he came, remember they won a lot in the bubble and still got sent home? They won a lot in the bubble and still got sent home.
Sure did.
So, that's
the only reason why I don't put LeBron as the GOAT is because I do think his finals record heavily affects it.
At the end of the day, that's the
only thing. I agree.
I'll give you
but
that.
But here's my argument for LeBron. If we're talking about championships, you can't put Jordan in there.
Nope.
Because I know one man right now who's got more championships than Jordan.
All of y'all.
Robert Horry.
Thanks.
Robert Horry got 7 of them. So
Big shot
Bob.
Come on, man.
So, why is he not in the GOAT conversation if we're talking about championships?
Facts.
You know what I mean? So, I hate when people go back and forth with that because I'm like, if you put LeBron in an era with Jordan, LeBron would still dominate. Yeah, Jordan could come in today's game and probably average 40. But is that 40 points with 6 championships, 6-0? I don't think that happens. They're talking about super teams. Brother, he had Scottie Pippen, Ron Harper, Dennis Rodman,
Luke
Longley, Tony Kukoc, Steve Kerr, John Paxton. Outside of John Paxton, the rest of those guys are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he still had Horace Grant.
Yeah, I forgot about Horace Grant.
B.J. Armstrong.
Yes.
We played Bulls versus Blazers on the Sega Genesis.
Yes.
Stop playing with me.
Yeah.
And I'm not going for that. I'm just not going for that, bro. At the end.
No, I totally agree. Hold on, I got to cut on the slide. You're good. Keep going.
No, but I feel like Jordan did what he was supposed to do. But how many times have we always said there's somebody out there better than somebody? Whenever LeBron, I feel like, hears that, that's what fuels him. Because he's still hooping with 17, 18-year-olds. As if it's no tomorrow. So, I don't know a lot of men that are 40-plus still doing that. At the highest clip, in front of the world to see. Bro, what did the Olympic team tell you? That's his peers. His peers ain't got to fucking lie. His peers are saying his work ethic is fucking ridiculous. To where the coaches are like, is he always like this? Yes. And they can't believe it. So, you know.
I don't disagree with you.
He's doing shit one more time we've never seen
before.
And I'm all about that, bro, because push it to the limit, bro.
Right. You're not wrong. Hey, Don DeMarco for Mr. LeBron James. LeBron James.
And mind you, I'm a KD fan, but I like great basketball. I love watching great basketball. I hated watching Jokic win that year.
Yeah, I did too.
You know why? Because didn't nobody have shit for him.
Nothing. I feel like they still don't, man.
Bro, my homie Milk was. Oh, shout out to Mike.
Shout out to Milk. That's my cousin, man.
Oh,
Hey,
bro,
Milky.
Milk, bro, Milk was like, hey,
Big cow.
Big Jokic, they ain't fucking with it. Hey, every game, I was like, Milk, shut up. He's like, nope, because they ain't got nothing for him.
That man is a walking
Micas,
bucket, bro.
Every time he was around this little, look, that fucking basket, that ball's going in there.
Every time.
Bro, and what's so crazy is his close shot got to be 100.
I think on 2K is definitely up there.
Bro, if it's not 100, it's 99.
Speaking of 2K, you want to explain what happened with you setting your homeboys up?
I didn't set them up.
You didn't set them
It just
up?
happened that way.
It just happened that way.
I'm going to tell you why it happened
Man,
that way.
first of all, I need you to stop lying. I
not.
need you to tell your people
I'm not lying.
they didn't get set up.
I'm going to tell you what
Okay.
happened.
Okay.
You told me they were getting set up.
Okay.
I said, I just want to play the ball, play the game, play some ball, period. So it's not my fault that they got bopped. I'm on your team, and this is my regular people that I play with that are my guys. We get dubs and all that shit too. We just wasn't ready for y'all yet. And then they did win one.
Hey, you did win. Yeah.
They did win
Yeah,
one
out of three.
to where it made y'all be like, you know what? That's nice that they don't suck. No, bro, I never said that we did.
Right.
I don't.
I never said anybody sucked.
I know. But that third game took it home, and then that last game shouldn't really count because we didn't even have the right lineup.
And that didn't count. I mean,
I appreciate that.
listen. We wanted y'all's best squad.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all had to scrunch some guys together. That's cool. We get it.
Yeah, that was
for
just
one,
because
for
we just
one,
wanted to play the game.
we blew y'all out by 40 points. I already knew that wasn't a true team.
Yeah.
Not to mention, the motivation we went with was based on the game that we did lose to y'all.
Oh yeah, no, and that's
And
a
so
great
we
thing.
went there to kill, and we didn't realize that y'all didn't have all the soldiers equipped.
Now, I'm gonna set that up again though, and
Listen.
then we'll go from there to where we can come back to this conversation because I know we're going to.
Y'all going down.
I can't say that, bro.
Y'all
Like,
going
I just
down.
Can't. I just can't, bro.
Listen,
like,
we could even do it best out of 7, best out of 17, best out of 77. You're going down. I'm telling you, my 2K squad is built different. Man, I'm gonna tell you a little interesting thing about 2K, man. Last year, 2K rated me as the 33rd best point guard in the fucking game. That's a fact. I ain't just saying that. I have other factual people. Keys, Twan, D. Lewis, Elijah Smothers, Teron, anybody can vouch that I actually, man, I was getting looked at by 2K League. I'm talking tryout type shit. Like, hey, come here type stuff. I take that game super seriously.
No, everybody has the game that they take seriously.
Yeah.
For me, I love 2K. I do take it serious. Not as serious as I probably take Tekken, which is what I'm really high at. You feel me? Like, so no, I definitely understand what you mean. But I will not agree with you with saying that you can't be had because you can.
Oh, I ain't never said that now. I've definitely taken some high
But I
L's.
understand what you're saying, though. But we have to let the series do the talking. And y'all won the first series. Y'all won the first series, even though I was on the team. So I'll take that.
So, I noticed one of the guys in your group also, his name was Point God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit shut down.
I don't know,
that
man.
Shit shut down.
I don't know, man. He said he crashed you, bro.
That shit, he didn't crash me.
He'll crash you, bro.
I still got 21 and 15 on his head.
Boyd will crash you, bro.
I got him 20 and 15 on his head with
with
4 steals as well. And all he had was 16 and 14, and I think he had 3 or 4 steals as well. Don't get me wrong, he ain't trash.
No,
he ain't trash.
Not at all, not one bit.
But you can't call yourself the point god if you don't not only get the dub, but I need to see better stats than the point guard that you're playing against.
I'm gonna let you say that to him in the chat.
He already knows that. I told him not in the group.
He gonna bring receipts to your top.
Listen, I don't care. You can bring all the receipts you want. You ain't returning anything other than this hot L.
We might have to see. Oh, I can't wait till I go home. I'm gonna see what they talking about.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm not even saying y'all trash. Y'all actually good. That point guard is good. He just ain't better than me. It's that simple. Now, I take for granted, I will say he is a bucket.
He's a
bucket. You are a bucket, sir. 110% you a bucket.
The whole team is a bucket. You ain't about to disrespect my team like
Listen.
this.
Listen. Nobody on that team is trash.
No.
Y'all just not us.
We might be better than y'all. So what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do our series.
Where are you getting what rap sheet do y'all have? What makes y'all unique?
How do you want to see it? Grilled, blackened, fried?
I want it all. I want a whole buffet. Y'all got 18 people in the group. Y'all tell me out of 18 people, y'all can't put 5 together?
Oh, no, we're going to.
I ain't even, the crazy part is I never even invited my dogs. These are just my guys that I hoop with on a regular basis. I have dudes that literally are in 2K League that I can shoot a message on any given Sunday and they'll put up 60. Guaranteed. I don't want those people because that's not fair because I don't play with them all the time. I want the people I play with all the time to be able to play against people you play with all the time.
You just put your Cash App in the group.
Listen.
And we going to talk
about it. The Cash App should have been there from the last one.
It should have been.
But I knew what it was. And I told Max when he joined us, I said, yo, your team needs you more than we need you. Not disrespect. I didn't say like he was trash because Max is good. But I told Max, don't put your boys up. Don't send them to the war without gun, with proper ammunition. He sent them out with butter knives. Now, I ain't gonna lie, a couple of our dudes got cut, though. You know what I'm saying? That's how y'all got that dub. But, you know what I'm saying? We knew what it was.
Hey, I'm dying.
All I'm saying is.
What you're not going to do, brother, okay? let me tell you what you're not going to do, okay? You're not going to just disrespect my squad. So I'm going to call my guys up.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it together. And you know what? That was a great time, too, because that was a fun Friday night. But
it really was,
That was
man.
fun.
I was having a blast.
Because I know we casually play like rec like all the time. And that's great because we just like to have fun and just enjoy the game, man.
Right.
But going into Pro-Am and doing that finally after trying to figure out whenever we could, yeah, man. It was just dope. We just didn't know what to expect. Now that we do, we're going to bust y'all ass.
Why don't you set it up for Friday?
I might have to.
Friday. Personal challenge. Friday night. 9 o'clock.
Oh, man. After SmackDown.
We tried this last time, and y'all want to come up with the excuse of, oh, the college game was on. No. We say it right now. Friday at 9 o'clock. The same team that we played against, that I had, we will play against y'all. Don't be on no, oh, I'm going to go invite all these other dudes.
I got you.
If their names aren't in that group, it ain't happening.
Okay.
Because if y'all do that, then I'm going to call my real dogs. I'm going to call the Ken Corsos to come over here and wreak havoc. Y'all want to see them. Them dudes are the type of dudes that's ranked. I think 2 of the guys is ranked in the top 5,000 in overall rate for 2K. They play like 20-something hours a day.
That's too much.
Listen, I get it. I feel like I play too much. These dudes live on the game. These dudes have YouTube accounts.
Yeah, like
I'm talking. They get paid YouTube content for playing 2K. Like these dudes is utterly ridiculous. These are guys that I play with. Now I don't play with them on a regular basis. So once again, I will not bring them to this kind of war. I want to bring the casual guys. You already know what they look like. You know how they play. I think your point guard made a comment like, "Oh, didn't they heavily rely on the center or some type of comment?" And I was like, "Dudes, you're an idiot." Like, I'd see as a point guard, your job is to find mismatches. That was my mismatch. Until you do something about it, I'm gonna keep using it. Yeah. I have other people that can score on the team. That's the thing. I think the first game, Corey scored like maybe 35 in that game, and that's the game he was referring to. But what he failed to mention was the other 2 games, I had 30 and 30. I was the high point man. Corey shot like crap. So it's like if anybody is heavily relied on, it's me, because they know that I dictate the offense. So every game that I played against them, meaning y'all, I've averaged over 15 to 20 assists a game. Mm-hmm. That's normal for me. Just like I know it's normal for your PG. I ain't saying he ain't bad. He's good. You just not better than me.
Man,
it's
look,
that simple.
Friday is going
Friday
down.
at 9 o'clock.
Going down.
Friday at 9 o'clock. If y'all really want to do the Cash App thing, I got to run
we'll
it by.
Get there later.
Listen. I'm down. I would have to run it to the team, and I think everybody should throw a dub in there. You got 5 guys with a dub. And I don't want to be I lagged out. I don't want none of that. I don't want no excuses. Rodney, I'm talking to you. You my cousin. I don't need you lagging out 3 seconds into the game talking about, oh, man, I got poor internet. Motherfucker, you shouldn't have showed up in the first place. You knew what it was.
Right.
Corey, not Corey. Rodney, you backed out. You backed out. That's what it is. You lied till you tell your homeboys that you lagged out. I know what it was.
No, the first
you left
game,
way too quick.
Milk lagged out the first game that we really played.
Yeah, get off that trash internet and put some real mathematics into y'all's internet.
Fixed, so we good now.
Milk, good. I know you. I ain't counting your pockets, but I know you got money. I ain't stupid. We related.
You got the bread.
Stop being cheap.
No,
get you some real internet.
Figure it out. You just bring your boys.
Friday at 9 o'clock. If you want, I could even live stream it so we can have people come witness this ass whooping y'all about to take.
I'm not going.
Yeah. Make sure you there, Max.
Man, you just make sure you there.
I'm there. I'm the captain.
Don't be at no
El Capitan.
Don't be at like, I'm at Louisville. I'm in SmackDown in the stands and shit. Nah, I ain't going for that either. Bro, I appreciate you having me on here.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming in, man. I appreciate everybody sliding in on us. Man, you got any closing remarks, though, to, whether it's a message to the people or just anything to watch out for?
I'm going to continue to pump the single, man. If you haven't heard Ice Cream or seen the video, make sure you do. It features IBT Benzo and my homie Micas Benji. Hottest song out right now, man.
Make sure y'all keep an eye out for that green motorcycle in the background, too.
Facts.
That's your boys.
Just continue to keep rocking with me, man, and supporting me in the music and the radio show on 98.5 FM. WEOA for the Midwest Music Grind. I am Dat Boi Maxxx. I'm in here with the homie, the Immaculate, is in the building. Mr. Micas himself. Man.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for letting me slide on you.
Anytime, bro.
Gotta have you on my podcast when I get mine up and going.
I am down. You tell me when. I'm always there.
We're going to act up.
Hey, listen.
We're going to act up and we're going to come back.
We always do. And just so y'all know, this won't be the last time he's going to be sitting in that chair.
We got to have the hot seat next, though.
It's
like to where it's like the bullshit.
I'm
with that. I like that idea.
I'm with that, bro. All right, y'all. We're going to let y'all go. It's getting late. We appreciate y'all sliding in on us, whether you was here for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, or 5 hours.
5 hours.
We appreciate it. Y'all be safe. We'll check y'all on the next episode of the Immaculate Podcast.
Bow.
Y'all be safe.
Hey. I appreciate that, man. Yes, sir. Are we still live or not?